So welcome back aliens, I'm Navin Reddy from Talisco Learnings, and as per a new report of Aspiring Minds. Now if you don't know about Aspiring Mind, you might have heard about AMCAT, which is AMCAT. So Aspiring Mind has released this new report based on their tool of examination that 95% of the engineers are unfit to get a job as a software engineer. Now that sounds harsh, right? Because only 5% people are eligible. In fact, I'm reading this news from last 2 years, okay? So in fact, initially they used to say 80% of the people are unemployable. Then we got a ratio of 85% of people are unemployable. Then we got 93% engineers are not employable, and now it is 95%. I mean, can you imagine the degree of unemployability is getting up and up? So now I don't know, maybe in future they will say 100% engineers are unemployable. I mean, that's an exaggeration, right? But the important thing is there are lots of engineers that are unemployable. What is the reason behind this? Because see, to solve the issue, we have to first understand the problem behind that, right? In fact, there are lots of things which people are saying. First, the colleges, right? We don't have a good education system. That's why we are not getting good people to work in industry. Second, some people are saying there is a huge supply and less demand. So whenever you have a huge supply and less demand, of course, there will be that inequality issue, right? So the thing is, what if I say there is lots of vacancies in the company? Company says, I mean, this corporate company says, they say that they have lots of vacancies and they don't have a good people. And then we say, on the other hand, that we have lots of people but they are not getting job. The problem is, employees want a job with a good package, right? And company want people who know something, people who actually can work on the project. The thing is, I mean, you can blame to colleges, you can blame your education system, you can blame yourself. The main problem I feel is the attitude of learning. What we do, so see, when you talk about doctors, when you talk about lawyers, they know what they want to do. So let's say if you are doing MBBS degree, you know you will be a doctor in future. Your main job will be to treat patients. The problem with engineers, you know, what we think, first of all, whenever we have a new kid or new child in our house, we say, you know, that guy will be an engineer in the future. The problem is, you say you have to be an engineer or you want to be an engineer, but how? You go to you complete your 12th standard and then you search for the engineering colleges, right? And normally we always talk about IITs or we talk about NIT or big colleges, but there are different tiers of colleges, right? We have third tier colleges as well. Now these are some small colleges. Now what they do, they only run a business, right? So what they do, they take people, okay, they don't train those people. Fees is very high, of course, but then they don't teach, they don't motivate. You know, I feel as a teacher, as a trainer, my job is to motivate people, because if you can't motivate your students, they will not learn, right? So in fact, if you talk about the big colleges, they also motivate people, they motivate students. In fact, the students in the big colleges, they are self-motivated. But again, for the tier 3 colleges, you have to motivate students. That's how they learn, right? And so, first of all, you have to motivate them. We need to have good colleges, plus we need to have good professors, right? So yeah, I was talking about the problem with engineers, right? So we have this attitude problem. What we think, once you got a degree, you will get a job, and that's not how it works, right? Degree will not give you a job. What will give you a job is your skill set. So you have to make sure when you are doing a degree, you have to increase your skill set so that you can match with the company. Now, how do you increase your skill set? Again, you can say we don't have proper education system, we don't have proper teachers to teach. Again, I understand that we don't have good teachers available in India, especially. There are multiple reasons for that. First of all, the payment issue. The universities are paying very less to teachers. The second problem is, if you are good at software development, of course you will not be a teacher, right? You will go to company and you will join a big company. You will get a good package. You will get a good tag as a software developer. But then, if you don't know things, of course you will be a teacher. That's how the system is working now. So again, you can blame that system that we don't have good teachers. But then, no one is stopping you, right? We are living in a world of internet where you can learn everything by yourself. There is one more thing, you know, it's not just we are getting, when I say engineers, it's not just about IT or CS. If you talk about mechanical engineer, if you talk about electronic, ETC engineers, in fact, those people, because we don't have much vacancies in their field, so even they are planning to switch to software industry. So when you say 95%, it also includes those people. Okay, so of course, right, when you are from a different domain like mechanical engineer or ETC engineer, of course you know more about your domain than software domain. So you have to learn coding skills. In fact, as per a report of Aspiring Minds, it's only 1.4% students were able to write the code which actually works. Okay, just imagine only 1 or 2% people can actually write a code which actually works, and others, they can write a code but not the code which actually works. So they have to go to Google and they have to download, they have to search for the codes, right? So if you are an engineer, if you want to get a good job in a good company, you have to increase your skill set, and no one is stopping you. Okay, it doesn't matter from which domain you are, maybe com science, IT, mechanical engineer, maybe ETC. It doesn't matter from where you are. You have to increase your skill set. You see, not just coding part, it's overall development part, overall software development things, overall about databases, OS, and how all those things works. Because when you go for the interviews, of course, they will check all the skills, not just your programming skills, right? You have to learn about all these things, and then question is when you will learn it. Most of the engineers, they think, okay, let's complete the engineering first and then we'll think about the future. That's not how it works. In fact, in the first and second year of your engineering, or maybe some other degree, you have to decide what you want to be. Example, when I was in my last year, second last year of my degree, I was sure what I want to do. I wanted to go for a Java domain. I wanted to be a trainer. Not exactly a trainer like this. I wanted to be motivational trainer, but then I got into this field. So yeah, you have to be very specific what you want to do in your last year or second last year of engineering. Now, don't wait for completing your degree, right? Because if you know what you want to do, you can improve yourself in those 2 years, right, or 1 or 2 years. So you have to increase your skill set. Again, we are not living in a world where you only have books. Now we have online videos, we have Udemy, we have Udacity, we have what other domains we have? We have plural sites. So we have so many websites where you can learn from. Again, they will charge you, of course, right? No one will give you everything for free. But then, if you're investing so much amount in your colleges, why not invest some amount in this online courses as well? If I'm not wrong, if you go to lynda.com, which is an amazing website to learn things, they will charge only $30 per month, which comes out to be 2,000 rupees per month, which is way less than your college fees, right? So think about this. You have to increase your skill set, and there's an open platform, and the advantage of this website like Lynda, Treehouse, you have to pay monthly subscription of some amount, and the advantage would be you can access any course. And I mean, if you're a member, you can access any course. You can learn Java, you can learn Android, you can learn iOS, you can learn about database, you can learn about PLSQL, everything for that subscription fees, right? And there are also some free videos available on YouTube, right? So in fact, Telescope Learnings, all the videos are free, available on YouTube, so you can learn from that as well. In fact, there is one more issue with the people now. They want to be a software developer, but they also know about programming languages. They know about Java, they know about databases, but they have not made any software by themselves. In fact, maximum engineers, I was talking to one guy yesterday, so he has done his engineering, and he was talking about the project. So last year, almost 80% or I guess 90% engineers, they don't make project by themselves. They buy projects. So they outsource the project. So we have some people who do business of making softwares. I mean, I hate that type of business anyway. But then what they do, they make softwares and they sell to students, and that's how they're spoiling students' life. I mean, if you're an engineer and if you want to submit a project, what you will do, you have two choices. You can build the project by yourself, or you can buy the project. And if you can, when you can buy the project, why you will buy yourself? Again, they will only charge you 2,500 rupees per project. I guess it is 10,000 rupees. But then if you have 4 people, you can share and you can buy the project. But just imagine, if you're doing that, you're spoiling your career. Because if you are not making a software by yourself, you will not get that confidence of making a software. And when you go for the interviews, they will ask you about your software, and what you will say, hey, I bought a software. I mean, that's not how it works, right? You have to make sure that you build a project by yourself. And that's why, in fact, last week I started this live coding now. So I'm teaching students how to build a project from start to end, so that it will give you confidence. May not be you're not building a project by yourself, but then you're actually saying how a project is built. Even if you copy my code, I mean the things which I'm doing, I'm typing the code live, and then that project will be available on GitHub. You can pull the project and you can learn, you can make some changes, and you can have it your own project there, right? So build a project that will give you confidence, and I'm sure if you follow these steps, there will be a new report from Aspiring Minds by saying 30% people are unemployable, 70% are employable. I cannot say that 0% is unemployable now because it will take lots of time. But if you can do this, I don't want you to be, see, getting a job doesn't make you employable person, right? There are lots of people, they directly get a job in industry, but they don't know how to work. In fact, I have seen people, they don't even know Java, and they work as a Java developer. I mean, that's awesome thing, right? So don't be a person who is unemployable and still you're getting a job. Get a job as a deserving candidate. Okay, so for that you have to work on your skill set, and let's hope that Aspiring Mind will change their result next year or next to next year. So that's it. Improve yourself daily, and Telescope Learning is there to help you in your career. So thank you so much for watching, and do subscribe.